Hello everyone, myself Mr. Vikram Pradhan, lecturer in Botany, Bharat Institute of Science and Technology, Jagamara, Khandwari, Bhubaneswar. Today we are going to discuss the topic cell, fundamental unit of life. So if we are discussing cell, why we are saying it is a fundamental unit of life? Each living organisms are made up of small basic units which we called cell. The smallest unit, for example, if we take a building, the smallest unit of the building is a brick. Similarly, if we take our complete living organism body, the smallest unit which can do its own activity or its own work is the cell. Cell was first discovered by Robert Hooke in the year 1665. In the year 1665, Robert Hooke for the first time discovered cell, and he coined the term cell from a Latin word cellula, 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 which actually means small room. Small room. Cellula means small room, because when Robert Hooke studied cell in the cork part of the plant, he discovered cell from the cork, the cork part of a plant, and he observed small honeycomb like structure present in that particular part under the microscope, and he derived the term cell from that structure, and cellula is the Latin term. Later, in the year 1676, for the first time, Antony van Leeuwenhoek, Antony van Leeuwenhoek discovered bacteria. So when Robert Hooke in the year 1665 discovered the cell, he saw a dead cell. But in the year 1676, Antony van Leeuwenhoek saw a living cell, that is bacteria. So if we say who is the father of cell biology, then we will discuss about Robert Hooke. He is the father of cell biology. But if we say who discovered living cell, then we will say Antony van Leeuwenhoek in the year 1676. And he discovered bacteria. The first living cell what was discovered by Antony van Leeuwenhoek was a small minute cell which is called bacteria. Therefore, Antony van Leeuwenhoek is also called father of bacteriology and father of microbiology. Antony van Leeuwenhoek is also called father of microbiology and bacteriology, whereas Robert Hooke is called father of cell biology. Now, when we discuss about cell, we can say there are two types of cell. Basically, the cells are classified into two main groups depending on the structure. There are two types of cell: prokaryotic and eukaryotic. So prokaryotic means what? These two words, actually this particular word prokaryotic is derived from a Greek word, two words, that is pro, which means before, 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 and carrion, carrion, which means not or nuclei. So that means here prokaryotic cell means the cell which contain a primitive or undeveloped nucleus, whereas eukaryotic cells are those type of cells which contain modern or developed or membrane bound organelles like nucleus, mitochondria, chloroplast. In the upcoming classes, we will discuss about these membrane bound organelle. But at present, how the concept of prokaryotes and eukaryotes came, that is also one question that is mostly asked. How or when the concept of prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell come? In the year 1937, E. Chatton For the first time, he used these two words, prokaryote and eukaryote. The concept of prokaryotes and eukaryotes was given by E. Chatton in the year 1937. For the first time, he, on the basis of Carlos Linnaeus, on the basis of Carlos Linnaeus classification, taxonomy, father of taxonomy, Carlos Linnaeus. So on the concept of Carlos Linnaeus or taxonomy, he also divided the cell into two types. That is your prokaryotic cell, which contains primitive type of cell without nucleus or membrane bound organelle, and eukaryotic cell, which contain membrane bound organelle. Now, after some year, in the year 1962, Van Niel, after some year, in the year 1962, Van Niel gave the complete differentiation between what is a prokaryotic cell and what is a eukaryotic cell. He mentioned how the prokaryotic cell differs from the eukaryotic cells. So now we will go for the basic differentiation between prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. So let us first draw a prokaryotic cell. So basically, when we say a prokaryotic cell, the prokaryotic cell have few or very less number of cell components. Very few or less number of cell components. For example, the outer cell wall, then inner cytoplasm, then a single circular DNA and flagella and cilia for locomotion. So basically these are the structure, or this is the structure of a bacteria. It is a prokaryotic cell. It has only limited number of organelles, cell parts, cell wall, cell cytoplasm, DNA and flagella. Another part is there which is called cell membrane, membrane or plasma membrane. Cell membrane or plasma membrane. So these are the parts of a prokaryotic cell. If we go for a eukaryotic cell, for example, if we see the structure of plant cell, eukaryotic cells means advanced or developed type of cells which we can find in plant and animals. So if we go for plant cells, so generally plant cells are rectangular in size. It contains outer cell wall. Then below the cell wall it contains cell membrane. Outer cell wall, below the cell wall it contains cell membrane. Then inside the cell membrane it contains the liquid part or fluid part, cytoplasm. These are the three things which is common between both prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells. So this is a point to be noted, that there are some organelles or cell components that is common in both prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells. Out of those, these three are common: cell membrane, cell wall and cytoplasm, because cell membrane is present in all type of living organisms except viruses. Viruses only contain genetic material, DNA or RNA, and a outer protein coat, nothing except that. But beside the viruses, bacteria, fungus, algae and all living organelles or organisms contain these three organelles, and cell membrane is common for all. Cell wall is present in only three types of cell. Cell wall is present in only three types of cell. First, bacterial cell, it contains cell wall made up of peptidoglycan. Second, fungi, which contains cell wall made up of chitin. And lastly, plant cell, which contain cell wall made up of cellulose. Next, cytoplasm. The liquid part is called cytoplasm, which contain all the different cell organelles. For example, the nucleus. Along with the nucleus, you have endoplasmic reticulum, ER. Then a large vacuole, mitochondria. Then chloroplast. These are the different membrane bound organelles which are found in a eukaryotic cell. Beside that, we have small membrane bound organelles which is called ribosome. So this is another thing to be noted, that ribosome is also present in both prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. Ribosome, a membrane bound organelle, is present in both prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. But what is the difference between the ribosome in prokaryotic cell? The ribosomes in prokaryotic cell are of 70S. 70S in case of prokaryotes. In case of eukaryotes or plants and animal, it is 80S. 70S and 80S. 70S means one kind of S is a unit with to measure the size or the capacity of the ribosome. So ribosome 70S in case of prokaryotes, in case of eukaryotes it is 80S. So this is the basic structure of a endoplasmic reticulum, nucleus, mitochondria. Another thing, right? Golgi bodies, traffic control of our cell, Golgi bodies. So brain of the cell, nucleus. Kitchen of the cell, chloroplast. Powerhouse of the cell, mitochondria. Then protein factory of the cell, ribosome. Transporter or traffic police of the cell, Golgi bodies. From the Golgi bodies, we can also get one different type of cell membrane, membrane bound organelle called lysosome, which is called suicidal bag. So they help to digest the food by releasing hydrolyzing enzyme. But under certain condition, if the lysosome ruptures inside the cell will get damaged by itself. Just like the suicidal bomber. If one time they just press the bomb, the suicidal bomber will die along with the complete surrounding to be destroyed. Clear? So this is the structure of a eukaryotic cell, plant cell. So this is the fundamental of different types of cell: plant cell, animal cell, means prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cells. In the next class, we will go to the brain of the cell, nucleus. How nucleus control the complete activity of the cell, and what are the different parts or component of the nucleus. For example, nucleolus, nucleoplasm, nuclear pore, nuclear envelope, and many more. Thank you. I hope you just understand everything. If you have any doubt at any point, please mention in the comment section. Thank you. Have a good day.
Bharat Institute of Science and Technology, Higher Secondary School, BIST Bhubaneswar. Admission open for +2 Science and Commerce, Khandagiri, Bhubaneswar.